Hey, what's going on, guys? Kevin Walsh from Ninja Holistic Health and Fitness. I wanted to share with you today my 50-pound weight loss journey that I went on about 14 years ago and how I was able to keep the 50 pounds off permanently to this day and be in the best shape of my life, and hopefully give you some tips that are going to be helpful for you if you're on the same path yourself to trying to lose weight and keep it off permanently. So this was my journey. I started off when I was in my early 20s in a very, very bad place. I was 210 pounds. I was a cigarette smoker. I ate a completely junk-filled diet: cookies, cake, donuts, fried foods, soda, anything you can think of that's bad, I basically consumed. And I didn't have a whole lot else in my diet otherwise. And I was sedentary, was not exercising. I had chronic low back pain. I had a lot of acne. I had all kinds of issues that were getting worse and worse at a young age. And I remember at one point thinking to myself, if I feel like this when I'm 21, what is this going to feel like at 41 or 51? And that question right there is really what changed me, because I started to question the validity of my own decisions, the rationale behind why I'm doing what I'm doing to myself. And it created an impetus to want to move forward and improve my life no matter what it took after that. Now, the first thing that I did was I committed myself mentally to the death with trying to lose weight and regain my health and my fitness. And so I put it very, very distinctly in my mind that no matter how many times I failed, no matter how many things went wrong or how many times I got frustrated, I was going to keep going no matter what until I lost the weight and I felt good again. And that is something that is very, very powerful. Use your mortality to your advantage. Use it as a realization that you have only so much time here and that things do progressively get worse or better depending on what you are doing with your decisions. So if you move down a path that's toward a goal that's compelling to you, that's better than where you are, no matter what, you commit to that, and the only thing that can take that from you is the loss of life itself. When your breath is out, fine. Then I can't do anything and I'll let it go then. But until that point, I will not give up. The second thing that I did was I moved in very small baby steps. So when I was trying to make dietary changes, for example, I was eating 2 Butterfingers at midnight every night when I was in college. So I figured, okay, if I just eat 1 Butterfinger at midnight and just cut the 2 down to 1, it's better than 2 Butterfingers. 1 is better than 2, right? If you're eating a whole pizza pie, you can't expect yourself to just give it up. You have to go down slice by slice, right? Little by little. And that mentality of, okay, I'll just move the needle 1 small step at a time, rather than trying to revamp my whole lifestyle, my whole diet, I'm just gonna make a small move forward. Those small moves add up like snowflakes add up to make a snowball. So you have to just keep doing them over and over and over again, and eventually the scales tip and you'll start to see visual, obvious progress. And once you start making progress, it's very important then, the third thing is that you don't rest on your laurels. Don't rest on your successes. When I started to lose weight and feel better, when I was in my early 20s, when I was kind of starting to see things in the mirror changing and my clothes were fitting differently, I didn't rest on my successes. I used them as a springboard to the next level, and to the next level, and to the next level. Because if you sit and you say, oh, I'm content, I lost 10 pounds, great, but you're going for 50, that can be very derailing because you get caught up in that small success that's only along the way to something bigger. And the final thing is I never got too down on myself when I made mistakes, and I never got too high on myself when I made progress. So I try to keep an unemotional approach to the whole process and just go on a straight path of making decisions, not getting caught up with my feelings associated with what happened along the way. So if I made mistakes and I would go back on my diet and say I splurged and had a whole ton of ice cream with cookies at night or something like that, because I used to binge eat. I had a lot of issues with that. I wouldn't get so down on myself that I would give up. I would just say, okay, that's that. Next day, work toward that day, and then try and, move the needle the next day and not get caught up with the fact that I made a mistake before. Along the way, the last thing I want to say is I realized that there are 4 areas of health that are what I call the 4 pillars of health, and this is what all health and fitness related things go under the umbrella of. Diet, exercise, sleep, and stress. When you balance these in relation to each other and you strengthen the weak points within each one, that's what moves the needle forward with your health. That's what helps you to lose weight and keep it off permanently. You're constantly juggling these 4 and making the weaker points strong. Once something is changed, you move to the next item, and this constantly goes until next thing you know, you're at a point of health and fitness that you haven't been in decades. So as you can tell, I'm not giving a lot in the way of the things that I ate specifically or the exercises that I did specifically. It's all this other stuff that's really the underpinning of the whole process that you need to master. And when you do figure that out and master that, that's where things start to move forward. And the specific exercises and the things that you do nutritionally are really side pieces to that part right there, that undercurrent of the ocean. Now, I know how difficult this process is to go through on your own. It takes a very unique type of mindset to do this alone. And that's exactly why I do what I do for a living. So for anybody who's looking to lose weight or is interested in trying to adopt a healthy lifestyle, get your exercise going, your nutrition, and apply that to whatever goal it is that you have, I would love to work with you. My number is 609-577-1913. You can reach out to me anytime, or of course at my email, kwninjatrainer@gmail.com. So with that said, I wish the best for all of you who are on your own health and fitness journey, and whatever your goal is for 222 and beyond. I'm here for you to help, and good luck, stay healthy and fit, and I'll catch you on the next video.